Good day, everyone. My name is Jason Nicolai, and I am an engagement manager here at Sikich. Today, we are going to take a quick look at item costing inside of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. Our journey will only cover the core of this area. If you need a more detailed look at the solution as a whole, please visit our overview video on our YouTube channel. Future video content will continue our exploration of Business Central. So please allow me to introduce you to Business Central Item Costing Basics. Let's start with a little review on the costing side. Inside of Business Central, we can collect costs related to labor, material, overhead, and general expenses. The vehicles for collecting this information are called jobs, manufacturing, and assembly. Jobs are projects. They can be one project or multiple jobs inside of one project. A job captures production labor and materials along with non-production activities like sales expenses, engineering costs, installation, and service. Manufacturing is your traditional production order process with multiple operations and a variety of components used during each one of those operations to produce a finished good that becomes part of inventory. BC offers several methods for costing right out of the box. We will see that on the item card here in a few moments. Assembly is a simple form of manufacturing. The bill of material combines components and resource usage to collect labor. This is primarily used for one-step manufacturing, where everything goes to a bench and a tech builds the whole thing. The vehicles for collecting this information are called jobs, manufacturing, and assembly. Jobs are projects. They can be one project or multiple jobs inside of a project. A job captures production labor and materials along with non-production activities like sales expenses, engineering costs, installation, and service. Manufacturing is your traditional production order process with multiple operations and a variety of components used during each one of those operations to produce a finished good that becomes part of inventory. BC offers several methods for costing right out of the box. We will see that on the item card here in a few moments. Assembly is a simple form of manufacturing. The bill of material combines components and resource usage to collect labor. This is primarily used for one-step manufacturing. For example, if everything goes to a bench and a tech builds the whole thing, then assembly management is the right tool. Let's open BC as a project manager and take a look. Here are some charts that capture where we stand with jobs assigned to this particular project manager. Things like budget versus actuals, cost versus actuals, as well as profitability are tracked right on our dashboard. The details are also captured in a way that allow us to monitor these costs because they're categorized in buckets. With jobs, you are selling the conglomeration of goods and services, and the finished product never runs through finished goods inventory because it is unique. The job consumes finished goods, purchased components, manufactured components, and labor. Our next category is manufactured goods. These are items that pass through our finished goods inventory. This takes us to our item list. This item list can be personalized. This means I can control how this looks. The personalization does not require getting into any sort of code or any programming. Instead, I can leverage drag and drop fields in order to add details like the costing method for each particular item. I can drag and drop that column right into my view, and the next time that I log into Business Central and look at the item list, I will have that information available. If I only need it for a one-time bit of research, I can certainly remove that. This is made possible by the fact that Business Central leverages a user interface where people interact with the system and a set of tables that are behind the scenes that house the data and the logic that drives the functionality of Business Central. For those of you out there with a very large item list, Business Central offers a search tool right inside of your list to narrow those results. There is quite a bit of information on the item card. Our focus today is on costing, so we will go directly to the Costs and Posting Fast tab. Business Central offers several methods right out of the box. This is not a universal setting, so different items can be managed with a different method. On the item card, we'll see the unit cost, and inside of the unit cost, we can observe what's driving that value on the item card. For example, we see that some output drove the cost that's listed for the custom chopper. I can navigate to explore this further. I can see the production order itself and the various entries that impacted the value of this particular item. Upon further investigation, I can see things like consumption of items such as raw steel. I can see labor at our burning table, at our machining area, welding and assembly. I can see consumption of other items that all were used in order to produce the finished good. In fact, I can even capture the packing costs and any of those supplies that were required in order to pack this item. All of these roll up to produce a cost that can be observed and leveraged inside of my solution by my users and my accounting team to ensure accuracy and efficiency inside of Business Central. Let's move on to our last vehicle called Assembly Management. One of the columns on my item list is an assembly bill of material. I can scroll through this list to get an idea of those items that are managed through assembly. As I find an item that is produced with assembly management, I do have the option of filtering my entire list by that particular value. Business Central created an additional filter beyond the search that we saw previously that will filter to that particular value. Now I can see only those items that are managed by assemblies. During the introduction to the item costing section, I spoke about assemblies and how they have one bill of material that includes both items as well as labor that's used in order to drive the cost for a particular item. The cost associated with each one of these lines varies by the details that we've added inside of Business Central. Let's take a closer look at what is driving the cost for our service technician. I have the direct labor, the indirect cost, which ultimately drives the unit cost. I can apply a percentage or a value in order to determine how this labor will be charged to my clients. This has only been an introduction to item costing. BC includes logic and capabilities well beyond what I presented today. Please keep an eye on the Sikich YouTube channel or our website at www.sikich.com for more content about these topics and more. Thank you for your time today. Our technology offerings at Sikich go well beyond ERP alone. We offer a variety of services from business intelligence to infrastructure planning and even security services. Sikich will arm your team with the right tools to create an ecosystem of technology.